This is me, Dodi. Uh, yeah, this is Dodi's page, and I'm Dodi, so Dodi Lena. Um, I haven't been feeling very good lately. I came down with bad cold, flu, and, all that other good stuff that comes along with it. Um, I've been going through that for the past week and a half, so my throat is still a little, you know, groggy and stuff. But I'm doing fine. I'm getting better now. I'm getting my strength back. And I haven't been on uh, YouTube lately since my little Abigail passed away. And then I was on one time, and then, I got sick. Actually, I was sick that last video, but I was fighting it. But since then, what, a week ago or something like that, um, yeah, I've been pretty much in bed. Uh, anyway, that's just me. I'm fine. I'm healthy. I'm strong, and I'm going to be okay. So, anyway, I wanted to need to tell you guys something. A reminder that what I've been saying for a couple of years now already. Oh, there's somebody. Hold on. Let me see who popped up. Hi, Alice. How are you? Um, Thanks for coming in. Well, this is what I've been telling you guys for the longest time. Uh, Again, I'm a warrior of light. I'm not a psychic. I don't channel, but the angels do talk to me, and I talk to them. Everybody's different, so, it's really cool how they can channel and their voice, their thoughts and words come out with your voice and stuff. It's really cool. I don't do that. Uh, you've seen all these fires, right? All these earthquakes, volcanoes. You've seen the sun with all those explosives that are just happening like every single day. They're not going to stop. It's not going to stop at least for the next 4 years. It's going to get worse and worse. It's going to get really intense. I'm telling you this now. I'm not religious, okay? But I'm spiritual. What you guys need to do is wake up. Look inside your heart. Don't look at the news to see what's going on, and they could tell you what to do, and, because they'll tell you to wear a mask, you're going to die, and, crap like that. Look inside you. And when you do that, you're going inside your... In order to look out, you got to look in, okay? You'll find that your soul is lit up, but the memory has been erased. so you don't know what's going on. And this happened, this has been happening for thousands of years. Our memory has been erased, so we don't know what's going on. Now we know what's going on. Things, the memories are starting to come back. We're starting to remember. So, hey, Seventh, how are you? I can see some of them. I can't really see. I don't got my glasses. But this world is changing. It's already started changing. There's no turning back. What's going to happen? If you guys don't want to believe me, look on, look on YouTube, about the fifth dimension. Just type in fifth dimension, and you'll get tons of information. Not just me, but because more and more people are starting to wake up. And what I mean by that is this world is evolving to the fifth dimension. And if you want to stay in the third dimension like you are, in your comfort zone, uh, smoking your cigarettes, drinking your beer, getting stoned and all this, you're not going. Because none of that is going to be, uh-uh. The planet isn't letting anybody do that. So there's no such thing as just medical marijuana crap. That's that's the biggest. There's so many big lies, but that's a bunch of bullshit. Purify yourselves, okay? You could start looking in, start loving yourself. When you start loving yourself, then you can start loving other people, and animals, and and the world, right? Do you guys even thank the water when you guys take a shower or take a drink of water, or cook with it or something? Do you guys thank the water? The water is conscious. It's consciousness. It is. It's alive. The water is alive. So don't take it for granted. The air, the same thing. It's alive. The ocean, the ocean is alive. Yeah, the whole entire ocean, all around the world, it's alive. So when you take a shower, thank the water. Hey, thanks. Does it hurt that much? You're not talking to yourself. You're talking to the water. Like yesterday, actually, let me show you. See that trailer right there? You're looking at my mirror. There's a trailer right there. The tractor's not there, not that tractor, but see, there's that trailer right there, right? That guy, he was parked. I was at another truck stop. He was parked we were facing each other. And, I didn't say anything, but it's been cold and windy and just freezing. My hands are still cold right now. Giving you a little story here. Well, he had like trash right outside his truck. And he gets out and, he pops up his hood. I was going to get out, but there's really nothing I could do. I thought he was just checking his oil or something. But then a little while later, I mean hours later, he finally picked up his trash and, put it away. And at first I thought, the guy's a slob. The guy's you know, doesn't care about anything but cleanliness or nothing. Because there are some people like that, right? Well, turned out a tow truck this morning came and picked him up and brought him to this truck stop because the mechanic is, you're looking at it right there. That's where, his truck is in the shop. And it's not that I followed him there. I just come to this one too because we were at another truck stop down the road. My point is, he had a bunch of trash all over outside of this truck. And even me, right, I started to think, the guy's a slob, right? Should I go tell him to clean up his trash or something like that? So it happens to everybody. Don't judge anybody. And I just stayed there to see what was going to happen. I stayed in my truck where I'm at right now. I was on my computer. And see, it's easy to judge people. And I'm just like looking at him, and he cleaned up this whole entire mess that he had there. But he was doing stuff, right? Um, a lot of people, what they do, especially at truck stops, they throw their trash out on the floor. And this is another thing. Don't spit on the ground. Don't spit on outside on the ground. That's disrespectful because we're here for a short time on this planet, and you're spitting on the floor, and you're spitting on it. Do you go to somebody's house and spit in their living room? Do you do that? Seriously? Do you do that? No. But don't do that to this planet. It's the same thing. This whole planet is evolving to the fifth dimension. And by doing that, by spitting on the, that's just like, no, I don't give a crap about you. They're just, no. I mean, if this planet wasn't alive, you wouldn't be alive. What I'm saying is have respect for everything. 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 The food you eat before you eat, say grace. When you take a shower, thank the water. Every morning when you get up in the morning and you're still in bed, put your hand on your heart. Put your right hand on your heart. You're still under the covers, still in bed. You haven't quite opened your eyes yet, but, you're awake. Put your hand on your heart. Thank you, dear Mother, Father God, for letting me have another day to live in. It's not being religious. It's just thanking, be thankful, be grateful. The reason why I say that, remember I said comfort zone, you guys are in your comfort zone. Oh yeah, sure, I'm just gonna kick back here and, just smoke one and, just, spit whatever and, go take a piss outside or, like, yeah, the trash, just throw it, it don't matter, and like nothing, yeah, I'm alright, I'm gonna die anyway, like, well, you know what? You're gonna die and you're gonna end up living the same darn thing. Hello. Don't be stupid like that. If you evolve with the planet that's willing to change with the planet and be a much cleaner, loving, no war. The currency we're going to have is going to be changing. There's not going to be no, what do you call it? Uh, the dollar, that's gone. That's out. That's on its way out. Precious metals and stuff. You know what? I don't know how all that's going to work, like there's going to be countries that are not going to want to do this. The United States is one of them. I live in the United States. That's why there's a lot more, what do you call it? Beings from other planets are coming to the United States because the other countries, so many other countries all over the world, they already are waking up. The people in the United States, I'm talking about like the high officials, the lawmakers and stuff. See, they don't want change. They still want this greed. They still want their mansions and their investments and their yachts and you know, their Mercedes, and they don't want to let go of that. Thing is, those are going to be the first to go. They are. Those are going to be the first ones that, you know what, the Earth, the planet, our Mother Gaia here, the planet, is going to say, you're not coming with us. Because the planet, it doesn't have patience, okay? It's what it is. That's that's what's going to happen. The planet's not going to say, well, maybe. Like, no, the planet's changing, and you're going to change with it or not. If you change with it, it's going to be more of a harmonious world. It's going to be more. Um, Everything's going to go beautifully, like a well fine-tuned orchestra. Going to play beautiful music. Let's say okay, let me put it in that perspective. You're in, we're just one of the instruments, right? Let's say I'm a chime, right? And as it sits now, I'm just ding, 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 right? So it's like this whole third dimension, the way it is right now, this reality. I'm playing my song, you're playing your song, that one playing Led Zeppelin, that one playing the Beatles, that one's playing Mozart. Everybody's playing a different tune. Well, the fifth dimension, it's all going to go like, nope, we're all playing the same song here. And if you're still going to think, well, I'm still going to play Led Zeppelin anyway, that's my favorite band, or whatever, right? And I'm just going to say, no, 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 no. You know what? The Earth's going to say, you're out of here, bye. As easy as that. You know how it's going to say, out of here, that? Have you heard of volcanoes? Have you heard of floods, tsunamis, plane crashes? Have you heard of all that stuff? It's happening. They're happening right now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You better start changing, otherwise and I'm not saying you're going to get left behind. It's not that nobody's getting left behind. You're just not going to be able to live here because you don't want to adapt to it. There's a lot of people that think everything's going to be okay. Just leave me alone and everything will be fine. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry to tell you, that's not going to happen. You could be 50 feet in a tunnel down below, and you know what? There's going to be a flash. A flash. Just, faster than a second. And you're going to know, even if you're 50 miles inside the earth, you're going to feel it. Even if you're up in the sky, in a plane or whatever, you're going to feel it. Every soul is going to feel it, even the animals. The animals already know all this is happening. They already know. I just found out something just yesterday. Yeah. Okay, like, because they're talking about the black snakes and the black birds, which are like the crows and ravens. Did you know in the fifth dimension there's not going to be black animals? It's going to be the same crow, the same exact bird, the same exact. You see that bird flying? Yep, that's the crow. Okay, that crow is going to go into the fifth dimension. Well, you see him black now, but over there, not black. It's you're going to have blues and purples and beautiful colors in it, greens and stuff, because that's what they really are. They really are that. Right now, they're we see them as black because we live in a third dimensional world, but they're not. They're not black. Yeah, they're beautiful. Um, Adolescent, you know, what's that word? Like, not adolescence. Um, it's a word that, not fluorescent, but, and something, I just, word just kind of left me for a second. But, adolescence, something like that. But they're, a beautiful, beautiful emerald green, a beautiful sapphire blue, beautiful deep purple. That's what those birds are. They're not black. They're really not. The same thing with the black snakes. They're not black, but we see them as black. Um, anyway, you might see like a black stallion or something. They're not black. Beautiful colors in there. Colors we've never seen in this third dimensional world. And Archangel Michael told me that a long time ago. And but I didn't quite, it didn't sink in until yesterday, until I saw a picture. This one guy was talking on video, and he says, "What you think the crows are black?" Like, because he showed a snake, a black snake, and that snake was like like dark blues and I mean like gray. Uh, yeah, it had grays in it, had purples in it and stuff, like beautiful colors on the snake. I'm thinking, wow. And see, the animals, they're not going to be eaten anymore. There's not going to be no McDonald's Big Macs anymore. There's not going to be no Whoppers or Texas barbecues. Those are gone. All that stuff is going. And if you, well, I'm a butcher, I do this and stuff like that. I just chop them right up. Like, find a different profession, buddy, because that's not going to happen. We don't, nobody comes into this world to live, to be butchered and slaughtered and eaten. No. Nobody comes in this world to suffer, to get cancer, to get, you know, uh, broken back, to get, losing a limb, an arm or leg, or to be blind or anything. That's the karma we're paying that we've decided before we were born. That's the karma that we agreed to, and that way, okay, we're paying karma off by living like me. I hurt my back at a young age, and right now, the pain is still there. I've had pain almost every single day of my life. So that's karma, okay? And I've had to learn to live with the pain. That's karma. Nobody's fault. I chose to have a broken back before I was born. That's hard to believe, but I don't lie. Those are things that I've learned. But what I'm trying to tell you is start purifying yourself. Start giving up eating meat. Start doing that. Start with, okay, okay, well, I'm not going to eat a hamburger anymore. This is the way I did it. Okay, I knew I was going to have to start changing because by me, wanting to change is me wanting to change to the fifth dimension. So that I loved doing so much, you start throwing them overboard. You don't want them anymore. Okay. First of all, my mouth. I used to cuss a lot. I don't cuss anymore. Words have powerful meanings. The thoughts have even more powerful meanings because they send out the words. But like I gave up eating hamburgers. I went and had I went and ordered myself a hamburger. Okay. This is the last hamburger. I'm going to eat it. I'm done. No more hamburgers. Same thing with a steak. I ate the steak. That's it. No more steaks. I'll never ever have another steak again. Ever. Never. That is done. I'm done eating that. And hamburgers. Okay, that's the beef, right? Um, because we're, we've been meat eaters for centuries. So that's really hard to give up. It's like like we got a taste for it, but that needs to stop. So you can only stop yourself. Nobody's going to make you stop. Nobody's going to tell you you can't have this because then you're going to want it and want it. And you know what? You're not going to evolve. So what's going to happen is you're going to blame somebody else for them making you not get what you want. Well, that's no good. So what I'm saying is start giving things up little by little. I gave up eating beef. So I had to start eating other foods, change my diet to make up for the meat. Because if you don't, because the meat has a lot of protein, so I've had to start eating more nuts and stuff, more, I start looking at the ingredients that I was eating, start eating more nuts and more grown food that's grown from the planet. And I'm not talking about, okay, a chicken will go and eat food from, from the floor, from the floor or something, or like a cow will go and eat the grass. Well, yeah, that's grown. That cow is alive, walking, thinking. The cow didn't come on this planet to be on your plate? You want to be on somebody's plate? And Archangel Michael told me little by little, little by little. But this was 2, 3 years ago. And I've been telling you guys, start changing. Well, you guys are going to have to start doing it a lot faster now because things, the planet is already moving. It's already, it's already shifting. You want to stay here or you want to start shifting? It's already started to shift. And it's just getting faster and faster. So you're going to have to like, okay, I'm done. No more hamburgers. And you're going to look at them. You're going to think, oh, jeez, I just used one of those, Texas barbecue baby back ribs or whatever they got. Like, don't touch it. Don't even think about it. The more you think about it, the more you're going to want it. That's just food, okay? That's just one category. There's a whole bunch of categories. I'm not reading those because it'll throw me off track. So, anyway. So if you guys are being trolls or something, have at it. That's another thing there. Being kind to one another. Being loving to one another. Love yourself. When you start loving yourself, you start loving everybody. Because, like the way Archangel Michael told me, you can't give from an empty glass. You have to fill up your own glass first before you can give water to anybody. You got to fill up your own glass with water. And that water has to be pure and clean, not muddy and slimy and smelly and, contaminated. And that's what people have been doing. They've been passing, in a sense, right? They've been passing muddy water that's contaminated. And what I mean by that is drinking beers with each other, taking shots of whiskey and stuff with each other, giving each other these energy drinks. Those are no good for you. They're no good for you. They totally mess up our bodies. Are fine-tuned to the micro. They are fine-tuned. And you drink an energy drink, you know what? That just throws a wrench in that motor. And, yeah, sure, you'll feel good for a little bit, but then later on, you're going to be screwed up. And in the long run, you're really going to be screwed up. So now, in the long run, well, we don't have such a long run anymore, because by the year 2030, by the year 2030, we'll have been gone through so much turmoil. You're going to wonder what the heck is going on. You thought 2020 was bad. You thought 2020 was bad. Wait till you see what's coming around the corner. Okay? I'm not a fortune teller, but I've been trained. And I have to tell you guys what the angels have told me. Okay? But one thing, though, I want to say this one thing, though. When they set a date, we really don't know. And the angels will not tell me anything, and they will not tell anybody anything. They will not tell a psychic. They will a fortune teller. They will not tell CNN News. They will not tell anybody what's going to happen But things, they know things are changing. That they will say. So like I say 2030. Um, 2030 is, that's a whole year, right? But that's only 4 years away now. It's for what? 4 years and 1 month? Yeah, today's December 1st, 2025. Well, by the end of 2030 or 2029, if you want to look at it that way, there's going to be a lot. I mean, it's going to get really worse before it gets better. And my Archangel Michael told me, being that I'm a warrior of light, he says, don't be afraid of anything. Nothing. The world will cave in all around you, but you will stay standing. So I'm telling you guys that. Fear, okay? Fear is an illusion. Fear is your imagination. Fear doesn't exist. Fear is like, you, okay, like say, if I were to walk up to the edge of the Grand Canyon, right? Yeah, my body's gonna like tighten up so tight because, you fear, right? Like, so there's some fears that we don't even know yet. There's some fears that we've never experienced. I've seen some of these older, like, medieval movies and stuff that they would throw, like, someone in a pit full of snakes, or they would put somebody in that thing that chops off their head, or, stuff like that, right? Or put somebody like in this thing where they have their hands and their head, and they're like just sitting there, like in, they can't do nothing because they're pinned, or chain them up in a dungeon and stuff. The fear of getting bit by who knows what kind of critters and stuff. The weather, freezing and stuff. So there's fear of all kinds, but it's an experience that we have were born on this planet to experience. Here's a big one. It is. But okay, from what I've heard is like the next, what do you call it? Kind of like the 2020 epidemic or whatever that was, when everybody thought everybody's going to die and had to wear a mask. The next one is probably going to be about water. About either running out of water or flooding or tsunamis or hurricanes or contamination. Water. Okay, that's why I said earlier, thank the water. You better make friends with the water real quick. We don't. I've had 3 years to study everything Archangel Michael has told me, and not only him, other angelic beings and master ascenders and stuff like that. They've taught me. But you know what? Start today. Start now. Don't start next week. Don't start, okay, well, I will do that. Yeah. Well, you're talking, I will? Really? You will? When? When will you? Time is now, right? Second. You take a glass. If you drink some water, here's one thing you can do, and I'll show you this, okay? It's so easy. It is so easy to keep yourself in tune, and you're starting to, because you're starting to evolve. Okay, this is a big jug of water, okay? Right? It's water, it's drinkable, this is what you do when you get water. And again, I'm not religious. Get the water with two hands. Both hands. Can take the top off. With two hands. Get the water with two hands. You can either close your eyes or keep your eyes looking at the water wherever. I recommend you closing your eyes because you're going to talk to the water. Okay? You with me? Okay? Excuse me. I'm going to take a drink of water, but I'm going to bless the water so that it doesn't get me sick and it keeps me healthy. Okay? And even though this is purified and, whatever, store bought, whatever, it doesn't mean nothing. It means the energy that's in that water is going to go into your body and start purifying all the crap that you got going inside your body. Okay? Now here. Thank you, water. Please bless me, for I'm going to take a drink. Please take care of me. Please take care of my insides of my body, for we need you to survive. And so it is. That's it. What I did, I blessed the water. I drank. I thanked the water. And I also told the water, you know, that, the water is going to go inside and, purify me from the inside out, not from the outside in, from the inside out. And okay, what do you get a high? Do you get no? You don't get no extra boost of energy. You don't get nothing like that. What you get is balance. What you get is health. What you get is to evolve with the planet, where we're going to be living in a beautiful, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, paradise-like world. So what I'm saying is, everything has a conscience. Everything has a conscience. A rock has a conscience. Glass. The things that, I'll tell you some things that don't have a conscience. Plastic. Plastic doesn't have conscience. It's manufactured. It's just a bunch of chemicals. I mean, the conscience that it has is so microscopic, and it's just, just put together, melted together with heat, so that we can use it for different things, to store stuff, to, put a fender on a truck, to, anything. And brushes, whatever. Plastic. I mean, plastic is in, there's so many things that plastic is used for nowadays, but it don't have conscience. A rock sitting out in, it has more conscience than the plastic does. Although the rock, that vibration of a rock is really, really low. And I don't mean, it's in a lot of pain or nothing, but the conscience of the rock is not really going to do anything. If you remember in the Bible, Jesus had a rock and he turned it into stone. I'm sorry. He had a stone and he turned it into bread. Sorry, said that backwards. Right? So, see, the conscience turned into bread, turns into something. Um, I don't know if you knew this, but how were the pyramids made, right? I was thinking in the pyramids in Giza. Actually, when they were made, it was like thousands and thousands of years ago, it was like paradise out there. There was lakes and trees and forests and, you know, woods. It was beautiful. And you would think, well, no, it's all desert. That's because humanity, with all the wars that have gone on, they've basically beat it up. Kind of like Mars right now. The whole planet is beaten up with Mars. You know, it's barely survivable right now. Although in Mars, there are some sort of species that lives on Mars. I don't know the name of them, but um, they live underground. But Mars that planet is, been destroyed. And this planet, they don't want that to be destroyed. And it's not. Because the planet is blooming. It's like, it's shedding off all the crap that's no good. And if you're smoking a cigarette, even one cigarette, you're gone too. So quit your smoking. I've told you guys this over and over and over. Put those stupid things away. They are not doing you no good. That's going into the fifth dimension. I could tell you a lot more, but okay, I'll start to wear down on this video. The Let's say you don't want to go into the fifth dimension. You're comfortable here, Yes, I got my buddies. They're the Hell's Angels and the Banditos and yeah, I got my buddies. We're cool. We're cool. Everybody's chilling. Yeah. You know what's gonna happen? There's gonna be like a flood, or an earthquake, or hurricane, or a sickness. A virus or something, right? It's gonna go, boom. You're done. Bye. You're you're not here no more. That's what's going to happen. And you know what? You're going to be like, well, sheesh, I was just hanging out with my bros. This world is changing. And if you're not changing with it, then you're not going. And you're not going. What can I say? Am I in charge of that? There's nothing I can do about it. The world is changing. The world is changing. It's already begun, and it's not stopping until it's complete. That's what I'm trying to say. It's already begun. This planet is starting to shift. This planet is starting to evolve. If you don't evolve with it, you're out. And let's say, well, okay, yeah, I survived, till 20, 35, and I'm still smoking a cigarette, sure, yeah. But you know what? You're not going to be on this planet. You're going to be in with a bunch of smokers or tokers or whatever someplace else in another third dimensional world. When you're going to go through the same thing: corruption, sickness, disease, uh, authoritism, where people, they want to tell you what to do, slavery, sickness, pain. You're going to go through all that. You're not, well, yeah, well, I got my bros. No, really? You're, you'd rather be with your bros and go through all that crap than clean yourself up and not be sick? So I'm trying to tell you as nice as I can, you know. Um, I hear it. Like I said, I've been, I caught a cold, and for a few days I got the flu. The flu, I grabbed a hold of the flu before it grabbed a hold of me. So, I took good care of myself. But then the cold kind of just hung out, because then after that, it got freezing outside. So like I didn't even want to step outside because it's like, but anyway, this is what you do, okay? I'll tell you guys. Spread your love. Spread your love, not hate, not fear, not pain, not jealousy, not anger, not your ego. Throw that ego in the trash can. What do you got to be ego all about? What, you're tougher than anybody? No. We don't live in those uh, medieval days anymore. All that's gone. And we're not going back. What, you want your head chopped off? Those days are gone, okay? And we're not going back. Like I said, this planet is evolving. We're not going back to the evil days, the medieval days. No. That's when the ego was, with the gladiators and the knights and, you know, all this other kings and kingsmen and all this other, did they have cell phones back then? Did they have internet? Did they have, 57 Chevy? No, they didn't. No. See how we've evolved from that to this, to where we're at right now? Well, hello, we're evolving even more. We'll never stop evolving. We'll never stop evolving. We're going to keep, once we get to the fifth dimension, you know what? It doesn't stop there. It keeps going until we get better and better. Here's something I haven't told you guys. And this is about each and every one of you that are listening to me right now, whether you're watching it now or later on, whenever, at your convenience. If you made it through this far, I'm going to tell you something. First of all, thank you. And I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I'm not. I'm not trying to make you feel bad in any way. It's that I'm trying to get you guys to evolve from one person to another, from the light that I have in my heart is going to the light in your heart. So let it light up. I'm trying to, with my candle lit, I'm trying to light your candle, okay? Although your candle is lit, you just don't know it. There's another thing that you don't know that I haven't told you yet. You see the stars out there at night? you know, the you know, okay, we have scientific thing pictures and stuff that we can. Sure, there are planets and galaxies and rocks and space rocks and all this. I'm talking about stars, real stars that light up. That's what you are. You're a star. Before we were born, before thousands of years ago, we came to this planet. We volunteered to come to this planet to learn what it's like to be in this type of reality, this type of having experiences of hunger, of love, of sex, of cold, of sickness, of fear. There's so many experiences we've learned that are natural. Well, we experienced that, except because been some gods and stuff thousands of years ago that were not very friendly. That's why I say, don't say amen, because you're still giving homage to one of them named Amun Ra, which they kicked his ass out of here. Okay? So he's not around anymore. So stop giving him homage. When you say amen, you're giving him homage still. Like, oh, thank you, buddy. Like, no, the dude just went screwed the whole thing up in the first place. That's why we're in this third dimension chaotic world. Okay? It was like a trap. We came and we're like that little hamster that keeps walking and walking and walking and walking, never getting anywhere. Well, finally, you know, uh, things have changed. The Earth has had enough, planet Earth, and, with the help of Master Sananda, who is also known as Jesus, and so many others, the archangels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, there's so many other angels. They've all are helping the planet grow. Not helping us, they're helping the planet. We have to help ourselves. Jesus isn't coming to save us, okay? He's not a savior, he's a brother. He was here 2,000 years ago. He already tried. He's not going to come back like, oh. I can't even see my throat. Like, hey, I saved the day. I'm like, nope, you got to save your own butt, dude. I'm sorry. It's not me saying it. It's them saying it. We're not here to save you. We're here to help you. We're here to keep you evolving. And anyway, yeah, I got a looker. Let me see if, hold on. You got a copy? You're breaking up. My CB's not working good for some reason. Come on over if you want. I might have a buyer for my truck. Anyway, you're lit. You are light. You are as powerful as Jesus. You are really, really as beautiful as he is. And he'll tell you the same thing. He's not your savior, he's your brother. The same thing. It's not me saying it, it's him saying it. Am I saying anything bad about him? No. That's how he is. He's He's here to show the way, not to. He doesn't want to be worshipped. Um, anyway, this is me, Dodi Lena. You're lit. You are a ball of beauty. Light your light up, okay? Light your world up. Be friendly. Be loving to everybody. Forgive everybody. It doesn't matter. Just forgive them. They hate you, you know what? Okay. If they don't want to accept your apology, well then that's their fault, not yours. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
How are you?
Oh, pretty good. How are you?
I was just looking at it. It said for sale. I was just curious to see what it was. I was getting closer so I could see what you were asking for. What year model is it?
It's a '07.
'07? Okay.
Yeah. It has a cat engine, 13 speed.
18?
13.
Oh, 13?
Yeah.
What size cat? 475, 550?
550 twin turbo.
Oh, twin turbo?
And
A friend of mine had a twin turbo.
really,
That's a nice looking truck.
it's nice. Needs a little work. You know, he's an old dog.
They all need work.
You know.
I've got an '02 sitting right up there. I don't know if you can see it. Sitting
Yeah,
up
I
there
saw it. Yeah.
with the wind tower sitting on it.
Uh-huh.
That's my truck.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of trying to look for a different truck for my son, but I don't know if I want to stand on 80 grand. But
Well, there's my number if you want to.
I'll jot it down.
What's your name?
Hughes.
You.
Hugh.
I'm Dodi.
Dodi? Okay.
Nice to meet you,
okay.
you.
I seen Abigail over on the door. That ain't you?
She passed away a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was that your...
That's one. She was a little Shih Tzu.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's
I thought
one of the
maybe it was your
reasons why
driver,
it's-
your partner or something.
That's one of the reasons why it's hard for me to drive now.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what? I've been driving 35 years.
Yeah,
so,
I know the feeling. I've been in ever since in the 70s.
yeah.
Well, I seen it. I thought I'd stop and talk to you. Look at it.
Well, thank you so much.
I'll write the number down.
Okay, yeah, for some reason my CD is...
Okay, I'll talk to him about it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, it's cold. Anyway, hold on. I gotta turn the truck on for the heater. Okay. See, he was interested in my truck that's up for sale. So yeah, he's interested in it. And he has, see that one right there? Can you see it? That truck right there with a big old thing on it. That's his truck. He said he wanted a truck for his son. So yeah, this is a good truck, but you know, anyway, it's up for sale if you guys want to buy it. I dropped the price down. I'm gonna let this go, and I gotta go talk to him. And we'll see you guys later, okay? And you guys take care. Remember, love. Love, 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 love. Forgive yourself. Start cleaning yourself up. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.